The following portion of Good Day PA is sponsored by GrandView Asset Management. Are there go-tos for just about any investor? There sure are. That's according to Bruce Smith of GrandView Asset Management. He joins me now. Bruce, we've talked a lot over the months about so many issues, and today we're tackling investments.
And just investments itself.
Just investments. And you say there really are some best investment choices.
Yeah, there's good investments.
Fit just about everybody.
And the first one is cash. Where your cash is. Make sure you maximize the yield on that. Don't let it sit in your checking account or a savings account and get 0.2. You know, there's ways you can get invested and have anywhere between 3 and maybe 5%. So you can look at money market mutual funds or high yield savings accounts, as they call them. Now you have to make sure you don't get caught into keeping it there for a long period of time.
Sure.
But I mean, that's a big difference. 0.2 versus, let's say, 5%. And you can look at the internet banks have higher yields.
Yep.
That so that when you have your emergency cash sitting somewhere, you're maximizing the yield.
So don't just look at your savings account as a place to store your money, but you can grow your money.
Absolutely. I mean, we had 0 interest rates for 10 years, and you got 0.1.
Yeah.
Now you can get 3.5 to 5%.
On that same note, these CDs can be helpful for
Yes,
that, right?
CDs. Best CD rates I've seen in 12 years. 1-year CDs still running around 5% right now. That might be coming down with the Federal Reserve looking at cutting interest rates. So and that we'll see over the next few months. But you might want to look at a new CD rate. If you have one coming due, maybe go out a little bit longer than a year. Maybe go out 15 months or maybe 2 years and lock in a higher rate.
Okay. Then there are those four. The plans with 4 numbers, the 401, with the 4s, the 401k, the 403b, the 457.
Yeah. Well, most people are in the 401k, 403b, as a lot of the teachers have 403b accounts. It's a way to put money in pre-tax. And the 457 are deferred comps plans. The state has a deferred comp program. This is one of your best investments because you can put money into this pre-tax and your employer, in most cases, matches your contribution.
Okay.
I mean, this is when you don't, and you want to do at least a minimum of whatever the employer matches.
Right, take advantage of it,
This
right?
is probably the best investment you can do.
Yeah, don't think you can't afford to put money in your 401k. You really can. I remember being young and thinking, oh, I can't put that money in there right now. I need all that money.
Yeah,
but
you
don't realize it's gone.
there's a lot of people who look at automatic increases they put in there. If they get a raise, they try to put it into the 401k. But that's what I would do. I mean, that's the big thing.
Now, next on the list, I've never heard of this: passive exchange traded funds. Passive exchange.
Yeah, exchange traded funds. There's different ways to invest money. You can do mutual funds, exchange traded funds, which are like mutual funds, but they trade during the day. And then you have individual stocks. We use a lot of the exchange traded funds because they do trade during the day. And you can have passive, and that means it follows an index. So like the S&P 500 index, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the NASDAQ 100. I would say to look at those for your investing. And I think you'll do pretty well in those.
And then you just mentioned this, individual stocks.
Individual stocks. A lot of people don't like individual stocks. They look at single stock, risk, things like that. But, invest in what you know. And, an example would be some of the mega techs, an Amazon or a Microsoft, a Hershey Foods, which is local. Now, each of them carry their own risk, may not be suitable for everybody. Sure. But, this is a way to look at and get into different industry groups as well.
Okay.
The mega techs, you can look at large banks, the industrial stocks. So there's good companies out there. Okay. The hot stock right now is NVIDIA. And all because of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, but it can change.
And you use that every day, right? I mean, don't you use artificial intelligence?
No. I'm anti-AI. I'm anti-anything new. Yeah, what is your last bit of advice?
I think the last bit of advice is to look at 5 of these and make sure you're taking advantage of all of these. And do your homework, watch your investments, buy what you know, and if you work with an advisor, make sure it's within your risk tolerance, your time period, your time objective, things like that. That's the best thing you can do.
Okay, very good. Bruce, always good to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. The previous portion of Good Day PA was sponsored by GrandView Asset Management.